Welcome back. I'm John Friedel from the Professor Slots blog and podcast. As an online resource for slot machine casino gamblers, each week I review one U.S. state, territory, or federal district, emphasizing, by far, anything of interest to slots enthusiasts. Today, I'm introducing the great U.S. state of Minnesota. Here goes. Minnesota slot machine casino gambling consists of video slot machines at tribal casinos. All of Minnesota's 18 casinos are on American Indian reservations. Only electronic video slot machines exist in Minnesota, as traditional physical reels are not legally permitted. Minnesota's tribal casinos are legally regulated by the state through a negotiated state-tribal compact subsequently approved by the U.S. Department of Interior. Minimum and maximum payout return percentages for slot machines are legally required to be 80% and 95%, respectively. Minnesota's American Indian tribal casinos are not required to provide actual values for the payout return percentages. Minnesota's two pari-mutuel facilities offer card games, but are currently legally prohibited from providing slot machines of any sort. The legal age for gambling is 18. Minnesota's urge to prohibit gambling is older than its statehood, as the 1851 territorial legislature enacted strict prohibitions against all form of gambling. This prohibition held for nearly a century and still influences legalized gambling in Minnesota. In 1947, Governor Youngdale enacted an anti-slot machine law, which originally drove an estimated 8,000 illegal slot machines out of Minnesota. In 1984, the state legislature legalized the private ownership of, quote, video games of chance, end quote, but not gambling on them. In 1986, however, video gaming machines began to appear in tribal casinos. In 1987, the U.S. Supreme Court rules in Cabazon decision that tribes could conduct any gambling form that a state permits without state regulation. In 1988, the U.S. Congress passes the Indian Gaming Regulatory Act, affirming legal status for gaming on tribal land and authorizes tribal-state compacts for casino-style gambling. In 1989, Minnesota signed compacts with 7 tribes for video gambling. This is significant because Minnesota tribes are the first in the nation to negotiate and sign gaming compacts with the state government. Also in the same year, legislature was passed to increase penalties for gambling on video games of chance outside of tribal casinos. In 1990, the state legislature ended the licensing of video games of chance outside of tribal casinos and classified them as legal gambling devices. In the same year, the state signed 2 more tribal state compacts to further allow video gambling at tribal casinos. In 1993, a legislative effort began in an attempt to legalize video lottery in bars, but it is rejected the following year. Minnesota has negotiated 22 state tribal compacts with 11 federally recognized tribes, resulting in the establishment of 18 tribal casinos in the state. These American Indian tribal casinos currently operate under a combination of state law, tribal ordinance, and state tribal compacts. Both the tribes and the state agreed to limit casinos to video games of chance, that is to say video slot machines without physical reels, and blackjack. Both parties agreed that compacts should be effective to perpetuity. Minnesota's state government has made publicly available all tribal state compacts on Minnesota's Tribal State Gaming Compacts webpage, currently consisting of 100 downloadable PDF files. Private ownership of slot machines is legal in Minnesota without restriction regarding date of manufacture. In 1989, the Minnesota state legislature created a Department of Gaming with a commissioner sitting on gambling and lottery boards, as well as the Racing Commission. In 1996, the Department of Gaming was abolished, and the Racing Commission, Gambling Board, and Lottery were all made independent. Minnesota's state tribal compacts permits Class 3 Vegas-style games, but limit them to blackjack and video games of chance only. The compacts provide for inspection and approval of machines by the Minnesota Department of Public Safety, specifically the Alcohol and Gambling Enforcement Division, licensing of casino employees, machine payout return percentages, and regulation of the play of blackjack. All of Minnesota's 18 casinos are on American Indian reservations. The largest casino in Minnesota is the Mystic Lake Casino Hotel. It has 4,000 gaming machines and 100 table games. The second largest casino is Treasure Island Casino. It has 2,200 gaming machines and 50 table games. Minnesota's two pari-mutuel facilities, Canterbury Park and Running Aces offer card games but are currently legally prohibited from providing slot machines of any sort. Minnesota's 20 tribal and parimutuel casinos are listed on my website blog article for this state at professorslots.com/mn. In summary, Minnesota slot machine casino gambling consists of video slot machines at tribal casinos. All of Minnesota's casinos are on American Indian reservations. Only electronic video slot machines exist in Minnesota, as traditional physical reels are not legally permitted. Minnesota has negotiated 22 tribal state compacts with 11 federally recognized tribes, resulting in the establishment of 18 tribal casinos in the state. The largest is the Mystic Lake Casino Hotel, with the second largest being Treasure Island Casino. Minimum and maximum payout return percentages for slot machines are legally required to be 80% and 95% respectively. Minnesota's tribal casinos are not required to provide actual values for their payout return percentages. Minnesota's 2 parimutuel facilities offer card games, but are currently legally prohibited from providing slot machines of any sort. Remember to visit professorslots.com/subscribe to get my free report revealing the top 7 online resources for improving your gambling performance, including the one I've used as a top-tier slot machine casino gambler. Have fun, be safe, and make good choices. Bye.